Did you know that kids can waste up to 10% of their time at school just looking for things? What if you had the power to give them back this time and help them focus their attention where it counts? You're not listening if you're scrambling around looking for your book or your pencil. If your child's backpack is a chaotic jumble, it's costing them time, confidence, and their success in school. One of the most important things I've found in organization is the importance of using labels. But how can you label a backpack? I'm going to show you how. In today's video, you're going to learn how to set up your child's backpack so it's actually organized and not just for one shiny perfect day before it falls apart again. How to keep it that way with quick daily routines that make life easier without you turning into the backpack police. How to motivate your child to actually use this system so you don't waste your time setting up a system that never gets used. Hi, I'm Margot Holloman, and I'm a psychologist with ADHD myself, and I have over 20 years experience working with parents, their kids and teens, and my own 3 kids on strategies for success in school. I have the educational, professional, and personal experience of all things ADHD and school organization. Most parents know a good backpack matters, but there's one part that makes all the difference I have to tell you about in a minute. But first, it's not just about picking something sturdy. The real starting point is deciding on the different features that you want to have. Like maybe you want to have a side pocket to keep their water bottle upright, or a front pouch for the things that your child needs to get to quickly, or a protected space in the middle for anything that could get messy. Once you've decided on what is needed, then it's good to let your child choose. Now, this is within reason because you may have a child that always picks the most expensive thing in the store. If they're older, you can have them pick any backpack that has the features you think are important. If they're younger, I would narrow it down to a few good options so they're not overwhelmed by choices, and let them choose their favorite. This way, you get the function that's needed, they feel like they've gotten what they want, so everyone wins because your child is more invested in this system because they had a say. You probably already know kids need designated spots for their things, but there's a trick that really makes it work you probably haven't thought of. But first, I want you to help your child put everything that needs to go into their backpack into piles and assign a place in the backpack for each category of items. For example, you might decide that an inside pocket, since those aren't used as much, is perfect for things that always tend to stay in the backpack, like a Kleenex packet or a laminated sheet of identification emergency numbers. Then, schoolwork might go in a folder in the main section, and the things they need often might go in the outer pocket where they can get to them quickly. Do this however it makes sense, but make sure to listen to your child's ideas, even if you're skeptical. We all like our own ideas best, and a silly idea might just work because your child is invested in showing you it will. Now, the real secret is the labeling. Categories can only stick if your child can remember them in the rush of the moment. When every item has a place and those spots are clearly labeled, the backpack will finally make sense to your child, and they won't have to rely on their memory when they're in a hurry. A simple idea for labeling is to use colored masking tape you can buy from anywhere, even right off of Amazon. First, write the category name on the tape you chose for that pocket or compartment. Then you can put that color of masking tape on all of the items that go in that pocket with the same color of the masking tape that's labeling the pocket or compartment. It's even better if the color you choose for the tape makes sense logically. Like, you could put blue tape, think liquid or water, on all the items that need to go somewhere waterproof, such as their water bottle, snacks, or their lunchbox. You can do this on the inside of the pocket if the tape keeps getting ripped off, or if your child doesn't want other people to see it. You want to be sensitive about not embarrassing your child. It's really important that they like these ideas and want to do them. A fancier idea for labels is to buy fabric labels that are used for sewing from a fabric store. Some of these might need a stitch to fasten them, or you might have to use an iron, but simply attach the label with the category written on it, or even a symbol if your child isn't old enough to read. If your child likes to draw, that's another way to involve them. You can have them draw a picture of the item. If you use a tag that is paper, you can laminate the label to protect it from wear and tear. You can buy lamination kits at stores such as Walmart without needing to buy a lamination machine. But you may also want to laminate other lists your child needs, so you may want one. Another inexpensive way to protect paper without spending money is to use clear packing tape on each side of the paper. You can attach a label with a string with a slip knot by putting the string in through a zipper or even a grommet. Over time, your child will begin to remember what goes where from seeing the labels so often. So when the labels and tags wear out, you might be ready just to simply throw them out if they're starting to remember where everything goes. If they're not, just make a new set and give them more time. You can also hole punch any laminated list and then place it on a key ring or a carabiner attached to the zipper or through a grommet. You can also secure the list with a string, a twisty tie, or even a hairband through the hole. The list then can be tucked inside the pocket so nobody can see it and your child can have their privacy. If you think your child might use it, you can even designate a pocket for items that need to be removed at the end of the day, like trash. Are you worried about making these habits last? I'm going to help you with that after we cover the basics. Whenever you first get home, have your child empty their lunchbox out of their backpack, pull out anything wet or dirty, and set papers that need your attention for some reason in a place that you come up with together with your child. I had an inbox where my kids knew to put things that I needed to see. Then they just restock their backpack with whatever's needed for the next day. Younger kids might need your help thinking through this. Like, you want to think about, do they need sports gear or library books for the next day? After they finish, make sure they put their backpack wherever your drop zone is, or whatever you call where everything sits that needs to go to school. Sometimes I call it a launch pad. The difference maker in helping this new behavior become a lasting habit is making it playful. You can do this by playing games such as a 1-minute beat the buzzer challenge, or you can play a memory game about where the different items go, or you could even do a role reversal where your child teaches you how to pack the backpack. This turns the task that you're doing from a chore into fun and a really good time to connect. My kids loved any opportunity they had to tell me what to do. I think all kids like to pretend like they're in charge. Daily habits are what keep backpacks from turning into black holes. And a touch of fun really helps your child cooperate and makes these habits stick. But what do you do if they're still not motivated? Let's talk about it. You've set up the system, everything's labeled, and it looks great. Day 1, your child uses it. Day 2, they kind of use it. By day 3, everything's shoved into one pocket again and a mess. It's not the system that doesn't work. It's that the motivation doesn't last. Kids need a reason to stick with it. Sometimes it could be as simple as you saying, I noticed you put your homework in the right pocket. That makes morning so much easier. But often it takes more. So you can add a small reward to help. Maybe if they're still young, it could be a sticker or their favorite snack after they finish, points toward a fun activity, or even choosing what to have for dinner or an extra bedtime story. And when they slip up, because they will, no lecture is needed. Just help them reset and keep going. The point is to build the habit. We don't want to make them feel bad or they're not going to want to be a part. We want to teach them it's important to keep getting back on the wagon until they don't even have to think about it anymore. And that's the difference between a system that collapses and a system that lasts. Making sure you motivate and reward them for progress until it becomes automatic. Now maybe you're hearing all this and you're thinking, even panicking, I need to run to Target. I need to buy a label maker, fabric tags, 3 different rolls of tape right now. Hold on, just take a breath. You can do this if you find it motivating. Like I love school supplies. Or it may be better to keep this as simple as you can or as simple as you want. Maybe you start with colored tape and you create a trash pocket. Even a single change in something important can often make things feel so much easier. Here's what's important. Progress, not perfection. You just need to start moving forward and do something that makes your child feel more capable and makes your days feel a little easier. That's why even the smallest step counts. But there is one more thing I want you to think about. You've got the system now, the routines, and a backpack that's not only organized but manageable. But let's be real. Just because it's set up doesn't mean your child will want to use it. That's where motivation comes in. And in my next video, I'll show you exactly how to use rewards the way child therapists do. So your child is motivated and these habits can stick and they don't fizzle out after 3 days.